people, events, and issues shaping our community. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Cowboys on the range aren't just found in Texas, they're right here in our backyard. And their history dates back to when Florida was first discovered. They're known as Florida Crackers, and they are the feature of a new first-of-its-kind documentary. Watch out, the cows are on the move, and this home on the range is found in the heartland of the Sunshine State.
Of all states, Florida was the first to have the horse, and Florida was the first to have the cow. Florida was the first to have the American cowboy.
These men and women are the feature of a brand new documentary titled Florida Crackers.
It's a story about how Florida began. It goes back actually to the Spanish conquistadors, and there's a chain of procession with the Indians and from the conquistadors to the Native Americans to the Florida Crackers, which were mostly Celtic and British pioneers that moved down from Georgia and the Carolinas.
Rob James is the executive producer for the film, and he's no stranger to the cowboy culture.
It started a long time ago, really within my life, because I started at about 11 years old working for a rancher named Turner Coates. He was a big influence on the shaping of my life. I worked for him for about 5 years, and then he contracted Lou Gehrig's disease, and it killed him. I always wanted to do something to pay him back and his contribution to my growth and from boy to man. So that started the process.
A film was born.
Traditional way of herding cows in unfenced native Florida is to go on what we call a cow hunt. Out west they would call it a roundup, we call it a cow hunt to this day.
About 2.5 years ago I got a phone call and that's when Rob told me about the Florida Crackers movie idea. It didn't actually have a title then, but we were talking about doing a movie on Florida cowboys. I didn't necessarily see the value right away, but slowly as I talked to Rob, and then eventually as I started filming, I realized how my own perspective started changing. I was definitely educated in the process. I learned a lot about people that I didn't know a lot about originally, and then I could definitely see the impact that this would have on the rest of the world.
One cowboy in the film may be familiar to South Floridians. You may not recognize his face, but his name is definitely known. Mr. Ron Bergeron is Alligator Ron.
We had the great experience of meeting Mr. Bergeron and filming on his ranch and having him talk about what he saw the challenges were between the city, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the growth, the impact that has on the Everglades and Florida wildlife.
This film has a little bit of everything, from comedy
A lot of people, they say, I can't believe that there's cows in Florida.
to drama.
But it was a dead calf. Yeah, it would have been. I seen it was getting weaker. Yeah. I knew I had to get to it.
But most importantly, the movie is educational. It puts you in the boots of a real cowhand.
This is the way of life. The dying breed. There's not that many left anymore.
People in the city, sometimes things fast-paced, and maybe they lose touch with nature, maybe they lose touch with their fundamental values or the things that are inside of all of us. And this movie kind of, I feel, in a powerful way reconnects people to that.
Florida Crackers is a movie about core human values. It's about living in integrity with our environment and ourselves.
This is real, not just in the movies.
See exclusive behind-the-scenes footage only on Comcast On Demand, including a horse's encounter with a video camera. Head to Get Local and select Florida Crackers. I'm Spiro Canton. Thank you for watching.